Hello, what is up, folks? My name is Melvin, and welcome to this wonderful place that we call the internet. And I'm going to be trying something for however long it becomes a thing. But I think it's important to kind of start doing vlogs again, and I'm going to explain why. So, I am trying to analyze my life a little bit more, just kind of seeing, okay, just kind of trying to optimize things in certain places. And I think one way to do that is to just kind of look back, analyze, talk about it, just things like that. Just speak off the cuff, what is on my mind, anything like that. And also, what I would like to do is kind of form a routine of trying to get into a good headspace. I have realized that when I stop doing that and I go down a bad path, it can be pretty challenging to get back on the right footing. It's tough for me. I'm doing a lot of things just by myself. I am just living life on my own independently. I have friends, I have family, but when it comes to problem solving, it's just me. I All I can do is just do what I think is right. Do what I think feels right. And just talking to you guys is what helps me out a lot. So, if you're watching this video, thank you. I appreciate that so much. Vlogs aren't the most interesting form of content, but it can be very helpful to just get certain things out there. So I hope you guys enjoy. First off, I'm just trying to find some notes on my phone, just of the things I was doing today. I was hoping to write more notes down, but I got caught up. I got distracted. I actually forgot about the fact that I wrote notes until right now. So I even wrote down what time I wrote down the notes. So it was at 11:44. I went to the gym and I was listening to music. I should preface that before I did that, I drank some coffee and I really enjoyed it. Well, actually, before that as well, I woke up and I felt like garbage. I felt really, really bad. I was just struggling to get out of bed. So something I would like to fix is just because some I used to be really good at this. As soon as I heard the alarm clock, I would just get out of bed. Just get out. The more you're in your bed, the more you're just going to be in that funk. So when it's not time for bed, you get out of it. So that's something I hope to fix about myself. But yeah, no, it took me like 2 hours just to get ready and go to the gym. Like I was just taking my sweet sweet time. But then I went into the cabinet and I found some chai tea. I put some cocoa powder in there. I put some sweetener in there, some almond milk, and it turned out pretty tasty. So I think I'm gonna start drinking that as because before I was just going to Quick Trip and paying $2 for a cup of coffee and putting Irish cream in there, but no more, no more of that. Now it's time for either homemade coffee or just whatever I decide to buy. Well, actually, that was tea, but it tasted kind of like I don't know when it was. Maybe it's because of the chocolatiness of it, but I kept getting tea, coffee vibes from that. But anyways, after I had my chai tea, I went to the gym, was lifting weights, also did a little bit of running. But then I listened to, I put the songs that I was listening to. So I Think by Tyler the Creator. If you haven't heard that song is fantastic. Dragon Ball Durag, I mean, what else can you say about Thundercat? Thundercat is my boy. And then Novocaine by Frank Ocean. And then I had this thought, and I even wrote it down. How privileged I must be to listen to the Shrek 2 soundtrack and pay for a $60 a month gym membership. So, something that I do a lot is I play the victim. I don't try to do it on purpose or maliciously or to kind of garner attention, but it's just how I'm feeling. If I'm feeling a certain way, I'm going to describe it that way. I am really, really, really emotion based. That's just how I've always been, and it's if I feel a certain way, it comes off that way. And I really need to, in those scenarios, instead of thinking emotionally, I should be thinking more proactively or even more intellectually, just kind of fishing out the situation. In fact, I think I need to be thinking more intellectually in general. I appreciate the fact that I'm all about emotion, and I am going to try to utilize that to my advantage. For example, just a quick tangent. I am going to use emotion to make my work better. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. But there's a lot of times where I'm just sitting in my car and I'm just on my phone when I should be driving to work. Or I'm just like waking up in the morning, like I said earlier, and I'm just like, oh, I'm just thinking about how tired I am. Those aren't the time to be thinking about those things or to be getting distracted. So I should be using my intellectual, I don't know, thought process to, start arguing as to why I should be doing certain things. So that's what I hope this vlog will help me do, and that's what I hope I can start doing moving forward. But yeah, I should definitely not diss emotion too much because that can make life awesome. If I can somehow hack my brain to make work more awesome than it is, then there's no way I can have a bad day ever again. Work itself has been one of the hardest things I've done. Um, so if I can make a big chunk of my life a lot easier, wouldn't you do that as well? Wouldn't you try to take advantage of that? I don't know. It's something that I'm thinking about. But then finally, I was making some videos and I was talking about Mr. Rogers, and I realized, oh yeah, before the year started, I wanted to not only think like Mr. Rogers, but just kind of invoke more of that into my life. But not only that, I also wanted to look up at some more celebrities and try to see what makes them tick. What can I do to garner some of that power? An example for me is Jack Black. I absolutely love Jack Black. Everyone loves Jack Black. I don't know a single person who doesn't like him. I have people who they say, "Oh, I only watch serious movies. I don't watch funny comedy movies." And yet they know who Jack Black is and have no issues with Jack Black, Even though they know he's a goofy person and they might not like that type of film, they'll like him as a person. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that a really cool, like, if you could take advantage of that, wouldn't you want to? I think that's pretty cool. So I want to find a way to invoke that as well. Another thing is just being calm. I really want to learn how to be calm. Learn how to, whenever a problem comes up, to find a way to just clear my head. Not let it invoke so much emotion out of me, because that's something I'm really good at. I'm really good if I'm in a stressful situation, if my adrenaline builds, ooh, my emotion quickly comes up. There's some benefits to that. Just not much that I'm seeing, because when my emotion comes up, it doesn't let me think. When I'm emotional, it doesn't let me think. So with that, I'm just going to keep the first one simple. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening, for watching. If you're watching not just this content, but all my other content, thank you, thank you, thank you. What I always hope for in my content is to give positive vibes, to help the next content moving forward as well, to like keep the goodness running. That's what I always hope for. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much. All right. You guys take care. Have a good one. I'm going to bed. Good night.